story is all about a man in the Bible called Isaac. And Isaac, here he is, was Abraham's son. Now, Abraham had got older and he had died, so he wasn't on the earth anymore. And Isaac had got married, so Isaac was a baby. Do you remember when baby Isaac was born to Abraham and Sarah? Well, baby Isaac had grown up, and he was a grown-up man, and he married a lady, and she was called Rebecca. Now, Rebecca and Isaac had 2 sons, and they were called Jacob and Esau. Now, Esau was the son that was born first. They were twins. That means they came out of their mummy's tummy at the same time as each other, so they were twins. And Esau was born first, and that meant that he was given all of the family's rights. It means that everything that Isaac had would be first given to Esau, and then what was left over would be given to Jacob. Now, Jacob was Sarah's favourite child, and Esau was Isaac's favourite child. Now, Jacob was a little bit grumpy and jealous of Esau for having his father's things, for having his father's rights as the eldest son. And so Jacob had an idea about how to trick Esau. And this is what happened. Isaac, their father, was getting a bit old, and so he was in bed and he was resting. Now, Rebecca, because she liked Jacob the best, she wanted to help Jacob to trick Esau. That was going to be showing a bit of broken love, wasn't it? And this is how they did it. One day, Esau was with his father, and his father said, "I'm getting very old, Esau. I want to give you the family blessing so that you can have all of the things that I own before I die." And so he told Esau to go and do some hunting, because Esau was a very good hunter, and he wanted him to go and hunt for an animal, and they could then bring it home and cook it and eat it together. And then Isaac would give Esau his blessings before he died. And so just as his father said, Esau went off hunting. Now, whilst he was out, he was hunting, Jacob and Rebecca, his mother, played a trick on Isaac. Jacob prepared a meal very quickly. Well, Rebecca, his mummy, and him prepared a meal very quickly, and then they wrapped up Jacob in some of his brother's clothes so he could pretend to be his brother. And so he wrapped him up in some of his clothes. Remember, Esau was out hunting. And Jacob took the meal to his father, and he pretended to be Esau, his brother who was out hunting. Now, because Isaac was very old, Isaac's eyes weren't very good anymore. He couldn't see properly. And so all he could do was to feel Jacob's clothes. And so the trick worked. Isaac thought that it was Esau that was lying next to him and bringing him the food. And so Isaac spent some time with Jacob, who he thought was Esau, and he blessed him. And he said, "All of the things I have, all the things that God has promised to me are now yours, Esau." But it wasn't Esau, it was Jacob. And so when Esau came back from his hunting and found out what had happened, oh my goodness, that was not a very good time. Jacob had showed a lot of broken love by playing that trick. And now Jacob and his mother, Rebecca, were feeling really quite bad because they'd done something to show broken love. And so Jacob decided that he couldn't stay living here anymore, and Jacob ran off to go and live in his mother's old town where she came from. And then as the days went by, Isaac grew older and Isaac did pass away, and so he had gone to go and be with God. But this story helps us to think about what happened between Jacob and Esau, and how Jacob let jealous feelings that were broken love feelings, make him do something that wasn't very kind. Now, I wonder if we've ever played a trick on anybody, or I wonder if anybody's played a trick on us. I wonder how it made us feel. I wonder if we might feel bad, just the same as Jacob. And I wonder if you have played a trick on somebody. I wonder whether your heart feels sorry in the same way that Jacob's heart and Rebecca's hearts felt sorry. Do you know, even if we do show broken love, we can always say that we're sorry. When our hearts feel sorry again, we can say that we're sorry. And people, like maybe your brothers or your fathers or your friends, may forgive you. But you know what? God always forgives us when our hearts feel sorry. So I wonder today whether we can have a think about maybe a time that we maybe have shown a bit of broken love. Maybe we've chosen to trick somebody, or maybe we've been jealous of somebody in the same way that Jacob was jealous of Esau.